Hi guys, today we're going to react to Narcisista by The Warning. This is a Buy Me a Coffee request from CarlDez, first time requester. Thank you for bringing us back to The Warning, Carl. Much appreciated for your support.
Thank you, Carl. It's awesome to be back with The Warning. So yeah, thank you so much for the support. We appreciate it.
Ok, Ciudad de México, ¿están listos para cantar? Los quiero escuchar, ¿ok? Esto es Narcisista. Dicen que hay que rezar por mí. Tan preocupados, pero no veo que estén rezando tanto. No es para tanto. Dejen ya sus vicios, aléjense de mí, por favor. Critíquenme un poco más. Me encuentro entretenida al escuchar todo lo que dicen, lo que maldicen. Déjenme reírme un poco más.
We don't react to too many songs of theirs where they sing in Spanish. I don't think I can even count on one hand the amount of songs that they sung in Spanish that we've reacted to. But I got like goosebumps hearing Paulina in her native tongue. It's beautiful, and I keep saying, I feel like a broken record. They have this way of reeling you into their songs. In the first note, this one Alejandra started with that beautiful bass tone of hers. Before the others joined, it kind of made me think this is a noir song. It feels like a specific rhythm for a song, but then they went into that high rev, and that's the reeling into the song. I'm loving it so far. It's got a lot of energy. Paulina attacks the drums. Daniela is having an out-of-body experience with her intensity. I really love it. And Alejandra is in her own zone. They all have that specific, special something that each of them bring to the table. And it will never cease to amaze me how they can produce this beautiful sound with only 3 members.
It was awesome. The start of it, Alejandra playing the bass, and I'm thinking, okay, I felt like I was a fish, and the hook was right there in front of me, and I got hooked in, and I'm being reeled in. And then Daniela came in with the guitar, and I'm like, oh, it sounds fantastic. And then as soon as Pau started talking, she talked to the audience before she started singing. I was like, okay, I'm sold already.
Yeah.
I love the sisters. It's like you said, they all bring something different to the table, but it's the combination of the 3 of them together that really makes this so special. And yeah, another beautiful song. I think it's about maybe the 3rd song we've heard from them that is in Spanish, and maybe also roughly the 3rd song we've heard from them that Pau is actually leading the vocals. So yeah, very cool.
Porque tú no sabes nada, corres la voz y no te calles, me tapo los oídos y simplemente digo déjeme negar la lista, no soy loca ni malinchista. Dicen que soy egoísta. Ya no sé qué hacer, no le veo el punto a pretender, no intento más, porque yo ya sé que tras de las cortinas ellos siguen hablando, buenas intenciones siempre salen sobrando.
shivers down my spine as they do their transitions. They're like scientists in structuring a song. It always impresses me every time listening to the Warning songs. You mentioned in the past that Alejandra was like finding her tone, finding her persona in the band when we reacted to older songs of theirs. I think we kind of both saw her as more shy of the three, and I can see it now. She's like engulfing the audience as she performs. I'm really, really enjoying it. Paulina's intensity doesn't let up. This subject matter relates to all three, but I think Paulina is leading the fury in it, not just by doing lead vocals, but maybe of importance. Maybe it's a song she wrote. I don't know, but that's what it feels like. And Daniela has this, like something that is above human in her expression. Her intensity is equal to that of Paulina's, but it's different. It's a different frequency. And I love it.
I'll just first address something you said about who wrote the song. As far as I know, the three of them did. So I'm not sure, but you might be right that it might be a subject that is closer to Pau's heart. I'm not sure. I think the three of them probably are behind the subject matter here. There was one word that you mentioned a few times in relation to all kinds of different things with the band and different people, but I think that is the Warning's superpower. The three of them are fantastic musicians, amazing stage presence, everything. I think their superpower, though, is their intensity. The intensity just sucks me in. I watch them and I feel it even without knowing the language. I don't know what the words mean, but it gets me every time. And even though the three of them are very different, Pau is like a surge of energy. She's always on. And Daniela kind of sometimes brings that intensity in that almost crazy that she brings. Alejandra is a little calmer and more kind of subdued, but at the same time there is something there. It's like the fire is under there and it's felt. It's just a quieter one. But I think that is really their superpower. I think they're just amazing, and I always say they're destined for world domination, and I'm looking forward to seeing it happen very soon.
Yeah, if I had to phrase it to each of the sisters, I'd say that Paulina is the locomotive. I'd say that Daniela is, I said it before, she applies surgical insanity. And Alejandra, I've said it about other performers, but Alejandra, her demeanor, the way she holds herself, it feels like she knows a secret about the universe that none of us do, and only she knows it. That's why she stares at the audience like that. Regarding the subject matter, looking at the lyrics and specifically a word that they said, at one point they used the word malinchista. We had to look it up. We didn't know what it meant. It's a Mexican term that means someone who prefers foreign culture and influence over their own culture. That term also correlates with what CarlDez wrote. Carl said, and I tend to agree, that the Warning directed this song towards their critics, who by that word blamed them for catering to a foreign audience and blames them for being influenced by Western music and not being loyal to their own culture. And that's the way to say, in essence, F you to all those critics, because they have their own thing going. And I tend to agree with the girls because they want to reach a vast audience and they're also influenced by Western music, but it doesn't feel for a second that they drifted away from their own culture, because you can feel it in every essence of their being when you see them perform. The only difference is that they perform in English and they have their own thing going, and it doesn't feel like they're like selling out or something. That's why I can understand the level of fury and maybe discontent with critics who judge them without walking a mile in their shoes.
Yeah, I think it's mostly to do with the fact that they sing in English. I think that's really where it's at, because if they played the same type of music but sang in Spanish the whole time, I think the critics would have been quiet about that. They're basically calling them traitors or sellouts or something like that, and the girls decided, hey, F that, let's hit back. I think that's really what the song is about, and it's potentially, out of all the Warning songs that we've done so far, this one is the most clear as far as the lyrics. There's very little subtext. It just tells you this is what it is. The easiest to understand and interpret and all the rest of it. I think the one word that you use there towards the end is really judgment, and that's the thing that they are so up in arms about. It's like, why are you being so judgmental? I think the beginning of the song said something about, you say you want to pray for us, or they say they have to pray for me. So worried, but I do not see that they are praying so much. It's like they say it, but they're not going to pray for me because they don't really care about me and about my well-being or anything like that. They just want to judge.
Yeah.
So they're basically just saying, stay away from us. We're not interested in all of that. And keep that negativity away. At the time that they started releasing music in English, and even as very young girls, you know, covering American bands and all the rest of it, that criticism must have hit them fairly hard, you know, because you're trying to step out of your comfort zone and do something and share it with the world. And then people are trying to kind of put you down, and it sucks because it kind of takes the wind out of your sails. But with them, I think it just fired them up more. And I can see it explains so much about their attitude, the way they are, and all that intensity that we've discussed before. So
Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that. As they matured into the band, they're trying to find their sound, and it feels like the critics just want to find something to judge them for. And it's even inaccurate to say that because you can tell by the way they speak English. They're bilingual. Their native tongue is Spanish, but the English, I think, was with them since day one. It's not something that like a foreign language that they took upon themselves just so they can cater to a wider audience or for something specific for their careers. English was always there. So when they sing in English, I think they also think in English. It's also a part of their specific culture.
Yeah, and we've gotten some comments in the past about them and how their parents exposed them to all kinds of music when they were very young. I'm sure most of that music was in English. So when you were exposed to American or British or whatever English-speaking artists, and that's the music you listen to during your free time, and then you start writing, you generally will come from that place. So I can totally understand. Critics tend to want to just do that, criticize. That's really what this is about.
Yeah. If you look for negatives, you'll find negatives, or you'll make them up.
Awesome. Ooh, it was the closer.
Muy bien. Yeah. I called Paulina a locomotive before. So if I'm looking at the warning as a train, Daniela's beautiful solo there and the engagement of the audience where the audience went na 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 na. It felt like to me as if they were saying to their critics, you're not gonna stop this train. We have already left the station. We're on our way. Keep flapping those gums. There's nothing you can do that's gonna stop us. We're gonna keep doing our thing, and it just makes me love the warning more.
Yeah, I was thinking that as the song was ending that the world is so much better that there's the warning in it. The VRL sisters, I don't know, just a joy every freaking time. And this song is probably more of an anthem than I thought it was going to be. Towards the end, I could see how involved the audience was and how much of a thing it is because it went up kind of against, I guess, the odds and against the critics and all the rest of it. So yeah, awesome. Just fantastic.
And their gratitude at the end, it feels like the only two things that they need is their music and their audience. They don't need critics to tell them what's what. It's beautiful. I think it's true to any band who's loyal to their own music. That not just makes me love the warning more, but makes me respect them more.
Thank you, CarlDez, for this awesome request. Fantastic. Thank you for bringing us back to The Warning, whom we love. Great stuff. Thank you so much for the support.
Thanks, Carl, for this request. We enjoyed reacting to this The Warning song very much. And thank you for your support. If you enjoyed this episode, guys, please be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and click the little bell icon so you get notified on all our future videos. Thank you all for sticking with us. Thank you all for your time.
As always, The Warning Reactions playlist should be up on the screen sometime about now. Give it a click and check it out. There's some awesome stuff in there. Thank you so much for all the support you've thrown our way. We appreciate you. We'll be back in a couple of days with a new episode, and we hope to see you all then. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye for now.
Bye, guys.